Dude, what is with that trophy?
Oh, you mean this trophy?
That is
Cass?
the biggest trophy I've ever seen.
Wait, that's a multi-use thing.
Oh yeah.
Are you a big game
There's
hunter?
a lot of things you could do with that trophy.
During quarantine, I won a poker tournament from my couch, and I won this trophy. And we're setting up a way for you guys to come play poker with us. So if you want to hear more about that, go to the audio version of this podcast, and we'll tell you all about how you could play poker with me and Kasim.
Yeah, find out why they call me Aces Garaiba.
Man, those of you who don't watch the YouTube are really missing out today.
Yeah.
In the car on the ride home today, we were talking about
On the ride home today.
on the ride to the pod, we were talking about the Bachelorette, and
Already? Without me?
look, so we were talking about Claire and how she's already invested in this relationship with Dale.
I mean, that's an understatement.
And so one of the guys on the show, I think he's the boy band manager. He was like, he was so apt
The
to
boy
put.
band manager? Which
He's the
one?
guy with like the hair, and he's got like a neck tattoo.
Oh, yeah. Never wears looks like he's wearing a tank top with a
Yeah.
blazer. Yeah.
He gave such an apt description of what was going on, which was, it's like they're already in a relationship, referring to Dale and Claire, and they've started this relationship, and we don't have, like, why are we here?
Yes.
You know?
Oh, 100%. This season feels sloppy.
It's slop.
It is fucking sloppy. It's like, it's so poorly done.
Well, every date is like, we're going to sit over here instead of...
Yeah. We're gonna go to the spa.
Yeah.
And then to my pool with my dog.
So I brought this up with Rob, and I was like, Rob, I don't know if, I've been in a situation where me and a friend like the same girl.
You have been.
And the girl always ends up picking the friend, and I know what that energy is like, and that's what the season is like, where you can tell, I got no shot, it's like they obviously have a connection, but I like her too. And I was like, Rob, you probably have never felt that because you've always been the guy that they've picked. And he was like,
He's like making me feel bad by not feeling...
Someone told me yesterday that Dale was a Party City model.
yeah.
I don't know if
there's a
we can
picture of
look
him
this up, Gabby, but
Yeah.
there's a picture of him in like a hot dog suit or something.
and a Superman costume.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who am I? But I understand that they have like this
am I?
chemistry, but I don't get it.
You don't think he's attractive?
No, it's not that he's
Okay.
attractive. Do you see them going the all the way?
No, I see him launching his own like social media influencer.
He's going to be
career.
on Bachelor in Paradise the second COVID lifts.
Yeah, he has very tiny ears, huh?
Does he?
He has tiny ears?
Oh, can you pull that up, Gabby? That's what you
I
really
mean,
want to... So are we making you do too much work on your
It
first
just
day
it feels sloppy and it feels inauthentic. It feels fake. I don't trust any of it. I don't like it. I think he's a very handsome man.
She's not coming across like she gives a fuck
She's
about
like-
anyone besides Dale.
And she's making it very clear.
Yeah.
Can we get a shot from the side? Please,
Well,
Gabby.
they're
You're
tiny.
the greatest.
I can see it.
Yeah, they're very...
Now,
But
what's
I don't like how she's scolding the men too.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Because I've noticed, if you go back to...
Oh, there he is. It's a taco.
If you go back to our podcast before Corona and then after Corona, there is a different vibe where it's like, people are a little more like, and I think she was quarantined for weeks. They let her out and she's just fucking, it makes people crazy. When you're locked up she was locked up for what, 2 weeks alone before the show?
Yeah, but she was like knowing she was going to be the Bachelorette. It's not like she was...
No, but I really think like being locked, and especially her, she's nuts. She's a crazy, she actually said this. I wrote it down. She said, when that guy was giving me a foot rub, it put a pep in my step and reminded me why I'm here. Oh my God. That's a crazy person talking.
Are they still together right now? Have they given updates now that everybody knows that they've...
I'm trying not to get into the spoilers, but I'd be willing to
Have
find
you
out.
gone on Reality, Steve?
No, I stay off.
I really want to know. I really want to know if they're together right now. And then I hear now when Tayshia comes, they bring all of them back.
Oh yeah, and then
So
I
they
think
all
they
get
add
a,
some.
They
Oh,
get
nice.
A, oh, and they
Tayshia
add some.
There were
is-
31. How many can they add?
I know.
No, I think
Isn't that like a record?
I think but
They're
they
gonna
probably have to
quarantine?
bring some different dudes on because technically everyone that was there for Claire. You know what I mean? And so they probably have to bring a couple people that are fresh.
See, I don't know. I look at Dale. I'm like, oh, him and Tayshia would be a fire couple.
I think Tayshia's.
Gorgeous.
You might not agree with me, but I think she's way hotter than Claire.
I
She's got just the right amount of alien face. Like she looks like kind of out of this world.
See, when
She does
I
have a bit of an alien face. She's gorgeous.
anytime I look at Claire now, instead of what I used to think, which is, oh, she's so hot, all I think is, why does Jamie and Cutter think I'm so weird for finding her so hot?
We didn't say we think you're weird. I just said her titties were real.
Say titties again. I like it.
Her boobies were like whoever
and
styled her
West?
in the premiere should be fired. Whoever put her in that dress.
That dress was awful.
Honestly, I
And
didn't
take it
even
from the
notice.
straightest guy here.
You know what I mean? Her boobies
That dress did
were
not
like,
do her any
boobies
favors,
were,
honey.
Were not accounted for. They were not supported in that.
No.
dress.
Her tits were fighting and they were like trying
They
to.
they were not speaking to
They
each
were
other.
in a quarrel.
I don't know. I thought she was looking good.
Honestly, the way you described her is how now I like use that. I tell people, well, this is the way my friend Rob says, and they all go, oh. So I don't know if I don't want to say it because I feel like it's kind of derogatory, but I'll let you say how you describe her.
Derogatory. Is this your first day on Pajama? It's like the nicest thing we've ever
I'm
said.
Cass. Nice to meet you.
No, I think she would be a great fuck, but also a great mom.
No, but what did you say she looks like? A city in Florida stripper,
Oh, Miami stripper?
a Tampa stripper.
Oh, a Tampa stripper.
Much.
He said she
more
looks
specific.
like it is very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa strippers are, it's like when you go to Fresno out here as opposed
Right.
to.
And you're like, what are you doing here? Like, she's the one where you're like, wow, what are you like? You're very happy to see her there, Like, you're like, I was thinking about getting wings, but now I'm just
I want
gonna
to rescue you and take you away from this
Yeah.
life.
Oh my God! Can I tell
She
you?
would be a phenomenal mom.
Can I tell you how many times I've been on Molly and in a strip club and just told a girl like, oh, I want to get you out of here.
Yeah.
I remember there was.
Do they go along with it?
God,
Or they
They're
know
all
you're
on
like,
an island somewhere.
Didn't you hear what Cassim said? I'm the guy. No. I swear there was a girl who I remember was like after one night had a whole thing set up where she was moving to New York with her son. I remember her son's name. Like, I remember the whole thing because I was like, I gotta get you. It was we went in the back and she took my belt off with her teeth. And I remember, and she
that old move.
What a
and then
sturdy
she like
woman.
made the whip noise with it and like hit me in the leg. And then I was like, "Do you have children? Would you like to bring? Would you like to bring them to where I live in New York?" And you know what's
I
funny
got
is
more
like
belts.
when you
I
meet
have a whole closet full.
when you meet girls when you're on vacation and stuff, they think you're vacation Rob, so they come into the hotel room and they're like, wow, he's so neat,
Yeah.
because like they're like, oh, he puts chocolate on the pillows, like, they think I'm this guy, and then it's like, oh no, I'm nothing like
They
this.
think you're the guy putting the chocolates on the bill.
Well, they just they come into the hotel room and they get a vibe of like, wow, it's so nice in here,
It's a
clean.
clean
They don't.
bathroom.
So when
Yeah.
so when you were at home, you were a complete mess. But when you
Have
went
you
on
seen the pictures of his
right,
apartment?
but when you're in a hotel room, you kept it clean, is what you're saying.
Well, the maid kept it clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Somebody comes in and does it. I wasn't like folding, but she she just didn't. When a girl would come back to my place with me in Manhattan, they knew right away like, oh, this guy's a disaster.
Yeah.
Where like if I was on vacation, a girl would just be like, oh, he's just really drunk tonight because he's. I know. I'm waiting.
Was everything cool?
Yeah. I just
What
did-
happened?
Bless
so
you.
how
Thank
far
you.
did that go?
How far? Oh, immediately. I was like, well, listen. There's, things can get real crazy real fast
I'd love to know.
when you're, when you're dating or seeing strippers or whatever. And but it's like I said, when a girl would come over to my place in New York City, she instantly got the vibe like, oh, this guy's out of his mind. Like it looked like
Right.
hurricane footage in my apartment. Like they were just
What's your apartment like now?
spotless.
It is?
Yeah,
Cool.
spotless. Very, but I'm like very like minimalist, so I don't have a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Where I moved into an apartment when I was 18. I moved out of there when I was 19. I lived in that apartment when I was 19 for 10 years. Right when you walked into my apartment, there were boxes that were there from the day I moved in.
Filled with what?
I don't know. Like whatever stuff got thrown away. Like it was literally like papers from second grade and like a broken Game Boy and like, you know, just whatever.
Broken Game Boy.
Because when I was 18 and I moved out, so I was moving out of my apartment when I turned 18. I did zero preparation, and my friends and like my uncle and a bunch of people showed up to help me move on the day I was moving out, and they were like, "You haven't done anything?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was such a fucking disaster then. Like I was probably out the night before."
What do you mean, like haven't done anything? Like haven't gotten a couch or a bed?
First of all, none of that. But also, like they came into my room and they were like, "You haven't packed the thing. You haven't done one thing." And I'm like, "No. What do you mean?" And everything in my room was from the time I was like 6 years old.
Oh my god, this is giving me like massive.
Yeah, like nothing ever got thrown away.
I might be moving and I'm already packing. Like I'm already purging because of the possibility of me moving.
It's sad.
I'm
sad about it.
It's so many variables. It's not for sure.
Is that why you've been so weird today?
I've just been so out of sorts.
He really has. And then he blamed it on, what time did you wake up this morning to help your friend with an audition?
I got up at like 7 and then...
You help with auditions?
Oh, I'm great at it.
No.
I'm
you a great reader? Would
great
you do
reader.
That for me?
I give great notes. I got the whole lighting set up and a tripod and...
What was the audition for? Or like you don't have to say what
it was
for.
it was like some
genre?
Netflix show.
Drama,
My friend Pete.
comedy?
Comedy, yeah.
You're helping Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes, you know, and it's the 4th season of the show he does that's on HBO that he had to audition for. Yeah, if you ever need help, you know, I'm sure you have a lot of great actor friends, but it takes somebody to, like a bad actor like me, to be able to give great notes, and I think I can see it, I just can't do it.
Yep.
So let me know. I'm always available. I don't think
surprised.
we've really talked about you leaving that. I mean, it's kind of come up. I mean, do you want to...
Sure.
Do you want to sadden everybody? Because there's some stuff online and people are like, oh, you're not going to be able to do the pod and you're...
Oh, because of my new job.
Yeah,
right.
And your new job, which we also haven't talked about. And
yes.
Congratulations.
Bryce isn't happy about it, but everyone else, we're stoked.
Oh, I got a slow clap from Bryce. Okay, so...
Big Trump guy, Bryce, by the way.
Here's the deal. Huge Trump guy. So, we were throwing out the idea of Austin. I think that during the past couple of months, we were kind of just feeling as a family, like, where do we want to settle roots? Do we want to raise our kids in LA?
Nope.
We just want to be happy. Where are we going to get the most bang for our buck? Like, what do we want to do? And so we've been toying with the idea of Austin. A couple of our friends have moved to Austin or are moving to Austin. So we went down a couple of weeks ago to kind of check it out, thinking that we were going to kind of just look at neighborhoods and get an idea. And we fell in love with a home. During all of this,
I hate that saying more than...
I never say that, by the way. I don't use that term.
Is it you hate when people say my person? I hate when a girl's like, it's my forever home.
Yeah.
And in a reality show, and then a year later, she's like, well, we're looking for a new home because...
Yeah. No, I'm like, to me, because I'm always like, I don't know, maybe I'm going to upgrade. Who knows what life's going to bring?
Right.
I never say forever
I see me and Cassim think downgrade. That's why you're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Like,
Well,
it's
no.
just, we never think of upgrading
Bringing
anything
it
in our
up.
lives.
So, during all of this, I had been auditioning for this show. And it felt like I was definitely going to get it. And then we just had to wait. And then we 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 had to wait. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to happen. So we went down to Austin. We found this house. We put in an offer. And they accepted it. And then 30 minutes later, I got a phone call that I got the job.
So
I was like,
weird.
What?
Yeah.
So, me being the way that I am, I was like, okay, universe, because if the universe had given me this job 2 days prior, I probably never would have made the offer on this house. But the weird timing of it all that or even that morning before they had accepted the offer, I would have retracted it probably. But it happened the way that it did. So the deal is we own a house in Austin right now, or we close in December. They are actually asked to lease back the home from us until the end of February. So we are covered there. I'm filming a pilot here in LA in November and December. And then around January, February, we should find out if it will go to series. And then if it does go to series, it will either be in Vancouver or LA. And so if it does go to series, which we want it to, I will be selling my house, which I love so much because we just can't afford to have both. And we'll either rent here in LA or I'll be living in Vancouver for those couple of months. And then after that, we'll go to Austin and then see if there's a second season, and that might bring me back to LA. I don't know. There's so many variables. It could also shoot a pilot and nothing happens. So I don't know, but I'm really, 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 really excited about this job.
Yeah, what can you say about it so far?
I
'Cause
can't say
we're all very
anything other than
excited.
it's a medical drama for ABC.
And that's Disney, people. You're part of the
Yes,
Disney fam.
I'm
Once
part of the
you're in the
Disney
Disney fam, voiceovers, Pixar,
God willing.
Bo's on
Fuzzles.
Disney Channel. Bo's doing the Mickey Mouse
Bo
bullshit
wants
with the
to be
air.
on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
With the air.
You know how they do that. That's great. Congrats.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
it sounds like it might be hard to fully embrace how great it is because there's so much up in the air about it, but it's like, you know.
Cutter's just a basket case right now because
Well, yeah, he's. Good thing is that the barbecue scene there in Austin is just. He's
literally
gonna go
the first
from.
thing he's like, I'm gonna trick out our barbecue area. He's such a barbecue.
So
now.
you went this weekend. It's like a retreat. I want to hear about that.
Yes, with Cass's friend Amy. So it was just.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you about that.
I'm not allowed to say with who though, because
Everything's so secret.
it is because it was very small, and it was with a very small group of women with a very wonderful healer. But people don't want to talk about these things because people get scared about the COVID stuff. But,
I see.
we all joined
Yeah.
together. We all had, it was cool. You can order these online, these COVID rapid tests. It's this little thing, and I press it and I prick my own finger, and then I literally squeeze my blood into this thing, and it'll tell me in 15 minutes if I have COVID, if I've been exposed, or if I have antibodies.
No shit.
Yeah.
How much are one of those?
I took a picture of it. I think they're expensive. I would imagine this
Couple
is,
$100
but it's apparently what Google uses for all their employees. But you can get them. We could have sat right here and just done it.
We should next
We should.
episode. Just bleed all over this goddamn
Let's
desk.
take a rapid COVID test together. But
It won't tell
anyway,
me if I have diabetes, right?
No,
'Cause I don't want to know.
you won't know that.
Okay.
No, I think you're good. You don't eat white sugar.
Not anymore, but
Prior,
you know,
I think you've cleaned it out.
we were 200 pounds. We were an alcoholic. We did a lot of,
You
we
can
did a
get
lot
rid of diabetes.
Yeah, I think I shook it.
You shook
I
the
think you shook
beaties
it.
off.
You shook the beaties off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was a retreat in the sense of just a day with an exceptional human who dedicated their life to really teaching people to live to their highest potential. And it felt like I was just being reminded of all the things that we've been talking about, and I've been learning and been applying to my life. I don't think it's any accident that this job happened in the time that it did, where I've kind of been reframing my approach to life.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
So I think it was just a day of really confirming all of that and furthering my passion and my drive to. I'm kind of addicted to meditating now. I think I'm on day 47 without missing a day,
Well done.
and I really think it's made a massive shift for me. It's really cool.
Well, I'm glad things are going so great for you, James.
See, this is why I need you in my life, because Cassim, just like an energy vampire on the way here,
Yeah.
just sucked every bit of, I haven't seen people in
This
a
is
week.
a complete exaggeration.
Will it make you feel better if
fabrication.
I let you brand my
Your pubis?
Children?
not my pubis? I'll let you do my butt. You can do it on my butt because I
Look,
never see that.
Let's live stream
I'll
it.
forget about it.
That'll be an
Let's
event.
live stream it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yes.
And by the way, Cassim, I'm speaking my truth, as they say on The Bachelor. Why
Ew.
do you have to diminish how I
Ew.
feel about you and your vibe on the way here? He was just sucking all the energy I had, positive vibes, and he just comes and he just tears me down.
Do you need
That's
some
not
candy?
true. That's actually not true. We're actually having a lovely conversation in the
No.
car on the way over here.
Maybe for you. Maybe you felt good about yourself with the horrible things you said to me, but
You know, this is going to lead me to an email regarding the one of the things I think we were having a discussion about a couple podcasts ago regarding stereotypes around tipping.
Did we get an email about it?
We got some emails.
do we have
about it.
commercial for it? Do we
Yeah,
have that?
before.
So
Cass,
how about that for a tease? I'll tease
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And then we'll come back
He's
to
like
that.
this conversation that will lead me to something that has nothing to do with the
No,
conversation.
it actually all ties in.
No,
All right.
but
Well,
And watch me do it. Watch me do it right after this break.
not only do we have a sponsor,
You love saying that. You really loved doing that.
our sponsor Braddock. We should thank Braddock. They've been
You guys have stuck with us, and
Yeah.
we stick with you because you guys, Braddock USA has the greatest affordable, reusable masks in the game. They are the most comfortable, breathable, affordable, upcycled t-shirt, jersey material. Here we go. Washable, super soft, eco-friendly, made right here in the US of A. They are super COVID conscious of how they make things, how they put it out there. You can make them fashionable. You know, we hear that Cass likes to coordinate things. I would love to
This
see
one
how
would
you
go great.
Great. No, I would
Too
do
much.
more of the gray.
I need
Yeah,
a
it's too
bold
much.
color.
But I would like to see you accessorize this one. But anyway, you can go now check out their website, BraddockUSA.com, and you will see that they already have such great prices. But for a limited time, they are offering additional 20% off with promo code PJPants. So again, that's 20% off your entire order with promo code PJPants at BRADDOCKUSA.com, BraddockUSA.com with promo code PJPants. Braddock USA, we love you. You love us too, clearly. And
Yeah, and support the people that
all our-
support the show.
that's right. And all our panties will be rocking there. Braddock USA is out there.
Braddock with that double D, baby.
All right,
There it
Cass, you had a
is.
great transition that was about to happen. People are waiting.
Welcome back. On the way here, the conversation me and Rob had was actually very positive, and we were talking about The Bachelor. We were talking about Howard Stern, not in how he's setting and framing it up as here's Cassim, the energy vampire. Am I feeling a little off? Sure. Was I doing my best to have a great conversation with one of my best pals in the world in the car? Yeah, and I did. This is going to lead me to a little thing I wanted to bring up with Rob about how disingenuous he's been on this podcast.
I mean, this guy is a real.
That's the last word I would ever use to describe Rob. But
Right,
okay.
here's someone who knows me,
Yeah.
and then here's someone who drives me around.
And what an honor. What an honor
What a
it is.
piece of shit this guy is,
Yeah,
huh? He's
all
really.
right.
By the
Oh,
way,
shoot. I just saw the title.
Yeah, so
Is this the email?
I think this is the email. I don't know. I haven't read it, but
he's
look,
always prepared. This guy.
Read
One thing
the
you could say
title.
about my friend Cass.
I show
I'm
up.
about to get it.
I'm about to show up. And we love when we can just do the podcast with the three of us because then we get to go through these, and there's
Yeah.
quite a few of these.
Anything.
And this is going to tie into the situation around tipping.
Okay.
And I took the position of I had heard that blacks and African Americans were a little lighter in the tip area if we were going to compare races and ethnicities.
I still
And you
really
hated
don't like
it.
this
You hated it. I
conversation at
know.
all. I think
And
it's
look,
wrong.
It's not something we do.
I think it's
what's
wrong.
we mean?
Me and Jamie, we don't compare races. We don't see
Nope.
Right.
things like this. You're very stuck on it.
And the disingenuous part was after we had recorded this podcast, Rob said, "Yeah, I totally agree with you. I just wanted to throw you under the bus so it would be 2 against 1." He wanted to make me feel ostracized.
That makes no sense because it would be 2 against 1 either way. There's 3 of us.
He's doing it right now, guys.
Oh my
and I want all my body
The
language
energy,
experts out
Jamie.
there.
What's wrong with him today? What is it? It's like
This is classic gaslighting. What's happening? to
If
me
you
right
could
now.
see, like, you know what I'm seeing right now? It's like I'm on mushrooms and I'm getting a visual. I see the yin and yang of life. I see you.
Classic making me feel like I'm crazy.
The,
I'm the one
he's
that's wrong.
cutting me off now. I mean, I'm just
I'm just talking to
so,
I'm just talking to the fans out there.
There's only so much I could take. I've been sober. I'm not having sex. Keep fucking poking the bear, Cass.
Okay.
Go ahead. Read your fucking
right.
email.
All right, let me read this email, okay? Title: Jamie doesn't know shit about shit.
This is what he does. He brings us down, Jamie.
I'm noticing.
He lives for this shit.
I'm noticing.
It's fucking horrible.
This is from Alicia. She says, "Hey,
This was still on me.
thanks, Braddock. Hey, babes. I've written in before, so I'll spare you the Sopranos jerk off with a side note of Cassim seems cool too." That's true. That's a thing we get in the emails a lot. I'm writing in response to your latest podcast where Cassim made a controversial, yet I would argue somewhat correct judgment about stereotypical tipping. I used to work in an international hotel restaurant. International,
What the hell
Jamie.
is that? What is an international hotel?
Oh, you know,
restaurant?
like
You've never slept at an IHOP?
the Four Seasons in Riyadh.
Okay.
I used to work in an international hotel restaurant and also came from an Asian family, so I feel like I have good judgment on who is more likely to tip. And from my experience, it would seem that Cassim is right. Don't worry, Cass, I got your back, even if everyone else on the pod tears you down. But alas, my praise for Cass doesn't stop there. I wrote in my previous email that I recently switched to baby wipes instead of toilet paper, and Cass alerted me to the fact that flushing wipes can clog the toilet. I immediately stopped doing this. A few weeks later, I was talking to a friend of mine who said he had to do the same thing. He had been doing the same thing for years, but then he had a major toilet and pipe waterfall that cost him a lot of coin to repair. Might have dodged a bullet there. Thank you. You're welcome. My question for all three of you is about your inner narrative. This sounds like something you can answer. I was speaking to someone who told me that they don't have a voice inside their head, they don't talk to themselves at all, and that they alternatively think in feelings. Do you think they're lying? That concept seems absurd to me. I'm genuinely struggling to comprehend that. I was wondering what your guys' inner voice is like, or even if you have one at all. Keep it prima donna, Alicia.
Stop pointing at me. 3 times in an email, this guy points at me. It's rude.
Do you have an inner voice?
Well, apparently, I don't know shit about shit, so I'm not answering this question.
Oh, yes, Jamie.
Come on.
See what this guy does? He even brings the bad out of you.
That sounds like a dream to me. I mean, I wish I didn't have the narrative and I just went from feeling to feeling like an animal or a baby.
So you're saying you have a very strong
Hey,
inner
whoa, whoa.
voice.
Don't be an
Yes, but what the work I've done is allowed me to come witness to it. Like you can witness the thoughts and be like, all right, and you can choose something else. You have to be a victim to your thoughts, because I do think thoughts create experiences.
Yeah, and in meditation, I feel like that's a lot of what the practice is that you see the stuff.
I always try to think of it when the thoughts come up. I kind of try to think of them as like the ticker on CNN or something, and just they're always there.
Or Fox.
But they don't.
Rob is always playing it down the middle.
On whatever news channel you fancy. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like they're
Yeah,
always
yeah,
there. That narrative is always there.
The
But
Chiron?
that's what it's called.
I think so.
Okay. Well, I don't know shit about shit, so you
Random
gotta
fact,
tell me.
Cass.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I do. I have it, and this guy is a negative. He's a little devil.
Yeah.
mean.
Well, that's just you, Cass.
Yes.
No, mine is mean too. Mine could be mean too.
He can be mean. He says you can't do that. You're
Well,
not
you're
good
stronger
enough.
than the voice in your head, Jamie. Cass
You're
is
not
weak.
talented. Look at everyone. Take note. I just want everyone to take note what's happening here. Okay.
You too today. Jesus.
No,
It's
just-
you know
it's
what?
just one of us.
This has been a him thing today. Okay.
No.
I came to this thing with love. I even needed to talk to my buddy Rob. I needed to have a heart to heart today with Rob.
About what? I have to take an Uber home?
And then he turns on, the cameras turn on, and he's like, "Let's Howard Stern Cass. Let's make Cass feel like a dummy and idiot." And you know
That's
what?
what Howard Stern does?
No,
I just needed a buddy today.
he's just pulling everyone down.
I just need a buddy.
Let's Howard Stern Cass?
Yeah.
What a fucking... This guy, he just... Howard, call me. You're
Forget about
just... What was the thing at the end? Oh, what's the voice in your head?
Yeah.
The voice in my head is persistence. You know, he's
persistent.
Yeah, he doesn't stop until he,
Gets
gets
what he wants.
he's very nagging.
But do you think it's possible for Alicia's friend to say that they have no voice in their head?
Well, I don't know. Unlike you, I don't judge dogs. Like you said,
Unlike me.
you said dogs don't have a voice in
They
their
don't.
head.
They just have feeling and instinct.
Me and a lot of dog people are offended by that. And I think you don't know what
See
goes
what he's
on.
doing now? He's turning on the both of us.
You don't know what goes on in a dog's head, Jamie.
I think Cutter does.
Yeah.
Chasm does. You know what goes on in Bean's head.
My dog just turned 9 yesterday.
I saw.
No,
Wow.
he's my guy.
Would he murder Bean if he met him? Is he like?
He has it in him,
Yeah, he's like.
but I don't
Chasm.
think he would. He's been very good in his older years, but he used to play hard.
Yeah, Bean.
Not like
Bean
murder, but
seems
he's
to really
physical.
piss off bigger dogs.
He's
because
physical.
he's not. Bean only likes little dogs.
Interesting.
But wait, Jamie, with the tipping thing, when we. No.
She
This is
hates-
totally
I really
different.
don't like talking.
This
about
is
it.
Yeah,
totally
she's
different.
about to go to Disney.
I can't
dude.
even speak today.
She's
What's going on?
She's
Let
about
me
to go
get-
to Disney. You're
let
gonna
me
be a
get it out
Disney
there.
girl.
No,
Are you a little
no.
princess? Are you
Nothing.
my princess?
It's not. It's not at all what I wasn't gonna say anything that you don't like. I would
Okay.
never do that. That's what he does.
Okay.
Remember, it's me and you.
It's me, the one that'll never get on the Disney show.
Definitely not.
Yeah, they paid me. I'll tell you, that.
When we did that, when we were talking about that, you said all this tipping talk is really making me rethink my tipping. What did you mean by that?
Just in Ubers.
Because you were not, or you were too
I
much?
was just. I don't think maybe I wasn't giving enough.
Okay, and what do you see? I tip Ubers, and the same way I deal with food is like if I'm ordering from Postmates or something like that, they tell you like, oh, would you like to tip 10% or 20%? I never go by percent. I'm a number.
Right.
You give the number and that's it. Because let's say I order something that's $8. Well, I'm going to give $1.60 at a
Right.
20% tip.
Right.
Never. But also, if I order $120 worth of food, you're doing the same thing as if I ordered $8 worth of food.
Right.
So I just
Yeah.
flat $10. Here you
I'm
go.
with you on that.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate, to,
during
I
COVID.
hate to agree with you right now, but I will agree with that.
That's the truth coming out. See?
Cutter's a terrible tipper, and I'm an over tipper.
Wow, and he's Irish. What is he?
Yeah, and they call Irish the blacks of Europe.
Dutch.
He's Dutch.
I don't know. I mean,
you don't even
he's
know
like,
what your
his
children
family's
are.
from the South. I don't know. I don't know.
His family's great.
Yeah, we're gonna get Nene on this for sure.
We're gonna get Cutter's. Remember we met Cutter's aunt in the kitchen.
Oh yeah. Oh
We're gonna make her tell the shotgun story.
We got to get her on here. She's hilarious.
she would love
she's
it.
gonna be. Yeah, she's gonna be great.
Yeah, no, I give a lot. I give a lot of money in tips because I just want people to know that I appreciate them and I see them, and I think it also is tied to a little bit of guilt on my part. Like when people wait on me or bring me things or like clean my room, there's a part of me that just feels bad that they're doing that for me, even though it's their job. And I try to remind myself, like, everyone needs a job to make the world go round. Like, same way, like, I could not do what I do without my nanny. And she believes her passion is to take care of children. And that's her, so I try not to feel guilty of having people work for me.
Yeah.
But I over tip to appease that piece of guilt that I have.
And just a hot tip, if I may, if you go to a hotel, a lot of people don't know that, it's kind of cool to tip the maids.
Every
People
time.
don't?
I know people that be like, my ex was like, well, you tip the maid? Like,
What?
yeah, they're in here twice a day.
Oh, hell no. I tip the maid.
She's Irish?
Hardcore.
Leave a flat 20 or more, depending on how long you're
Yes,
staying there.
yes.
And, you put it right on the desk and put a cup over it so it doesn't blow away.
Yep.
Damn, I hate to agree with you too, but that's exactly what I do. This is painful.
We may be coming together by the end of this podcast. You got another email?
I do. Cassim personality doppelganger.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Oh, let me guess.
Negative.
Brad
Rude.
Pitt, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Nope. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, he's just so versatile, so funny.
Do you want me to read it or you want to keep
Okay,
asking?
go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Hey guys, I was watching Atypical on Netflix, and it occurred to me that Cassim is literally the best friend of the autistic main character. His name is Zahid in the show, so clearly American Middle Eastern.
This is race related.
He is overly sexual, and you guessed it, works at a Best Buy type store. Oh, and the actor is gay in real life. Take that for what it is. And she put a YouTube of it. There he is. Cheers,
Yep.
Michaela.
No, that's a picture of Cassim. Where's this guy?
So this is the actor, and she put a video of him on the show so we can see what she's talking about. I haven't seen Atypical. I want to watch that show.
First
he
season,
looks
great.
like a
After that,
looks like a handsome young man,
So cute.
and he's gay in real life. She's saying.
That's what she said. Yes.
Do you know any gay people who date like they're almost like where you're like, oh, you're dating yourself? Like if Kasim,
If I were to date this young man,
right, where it would kind of yeah, you it would be like you were dating yourself. Do you know any people like that?
I don't know.
that's
if I've ever
extreme
noticed
narcissism. Isn't that what Liberace did, where he like made his little concubine get plastic surgery so he looked more like himself?
That. Ay, ay, ay.
So
By the
you're
way-
essentially fucking yourself.
Liberace goes by one name, Kasim. There's
Yeah, you're on the case, buddy. you cracked it. You cracked it.
see, I hate him, but then he makes me laugh.
Let's see the. Are we gonna see the video clip of this young, handsome lad?
Gabby she's like a DJ at an EDM nightclub back there. Leave her alone.
Play the hits.
She just
Well, you're
doesn't
really
have.
making her work today. Atypical.
No,
there
I
it
think
is.
she sent a specific thing though.
You know, this reminds me of I was showing somebody something on my phone, and it was in Safari, and like it says your frequently visited websites on it, and right there was OnlyFans. So I had to
I was
explain
actually
myself.
I was thinking the other day how like my sex drive has gone down so much because I remember when I was like, I don't know how much younger, but anytime you would type in the first letter of a website, something porn related would pop up.
Yeah.
You know? And now it's like I could type in PO and PornTube doesn't even, or Pornhub doesn't even pop up.
Yeah.
Like it's like, Pop Vulture because I'm looking at what's like the number one TV shows of the and it's like,
Yeah.
man, but back in the day it was just, what's the most times you think you jerked off in a day?
Oh,
Jamie's smile just went away. I saw out of the corner of my eyes. She's like, it was
Jamie,
like,
now really try and picture this, okay?
I just don't like picturing.
Think
you guys
about me
doing
hunched over, looking in the mirror.
shoulders back.
I think there was I think there was a time when I was a kid and I was sick. I stayed home from school and like maybe like 5 or 6, 7 times. I don't know. But it hurt.
See, I
It hurt
think the 5
towards
to
the end.
7 is a big difference. Like 5 is like, all right, cool. 7 is like, holy shit.
You ain't got nothing in there. That's
no, yeah,
left,
I've done it till nothing comes out.
It's
for
like-
sure. Yeah,
you know, at the end.
it's not even that. It's sadder than that.
But when you're a kid, you're you go from you get boners so often, and they just come and you finish, and then 5 minutes later you're ready to go all over again. And it was this hand I used, Jamie, and
This very hand. What about you, Jamie? Most ever in a day?
No.
she's Disney, dude. Disney.
No.
A couple times.
Close your eyes right now if it was more than 5.
Don't
Okay.
blink. Don't you blink.
Okay, so under 5, and all right. I imagine. I'm trying to. I can't. I'm not going to say anything about imagining you. Don't
Put
worry.
your arms behind your back if it was more than 3.
What are you, a little teapot?
Wow.
Yeah. When I was young, there was a time where, what is that Biggie saying? He's like, I put the. Oh, I forget it.
Mo
right
money,
now.
mo problems.
Yeah, exactly. Putting the
Sega
tape,
Genesis.
doing the tape until the tape pops. It's like I had that Pamela Anderson porn in my VCR, and it was
The
just
Tommy Lee one.
the Tom. See, to me, it's the Pam Anderson porn. To him, it's
Dude,
the
he
Tommy
he
Lee
honked
porn.
the horn on the boat with his penis.
This is what I mean, the
I
hot.
haven't seen it.
We got to see the most beautiful woman of all time naked, and the first thing he thinks about is what, Cass?
Tommy Lee. I tell you, the biggest star from that tape was Tommy Lee's dong. Wow. It was. Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
God.
Guys, look, it's not a gay or straight thing.
There was.
No.
It was the
saying it is.
biggest wiener.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, you're watching that, you're like, that's what adults got going on in their pants? I got no shot.
Wow. Okay. So the for me, like I don't think the number was crazy about jerking off, but I remember with my first girlfriend, there was a time where, I mean, it was like from the time we woke up till the time we went to bed, as soon as I could get hard, it was like we were having sex. There was no condom involved, so it was so having sex like 7 times once you start using condoms is like, get out of here. Like it's just never
No,
happening.
that's a chore.
But when you're 16 years old and
7 times in a day?
I'm saying when you're using condoms, there's no way. But I'm saying, like, I'm thinking about my record. And, like, when I was 16 years old and there was no condom involved, I definitely put up a 7. For sure. But it's also, like, I'm not putting in, I wasn't putting in, like, an hour-long session. It wasn't, like, 7 hours. It was,
Guys should have, like, trading cards, like baseball cards, and on the back should have all our stats, and that would be one of them.
Yeah, most times ever ejaculated in a day.
Yeah. Or for my people, on the back of comic book cards, like Marvel cards, on the back, it would have the strengths of the superhero or the villain.
I had all those, babe.
You got those?
Oh, man.
We gotta compare collections. I got a full set.
You should make both start doing that
My Juggernaut card?
Superheroes.
I'd love to. And I'd be
Bo
honored.
loves to draw superheroes for Cassim.
Yep.
My favorite card was Juggernaut. Remember that guy?
Of course I remember that guy.
Yeah,
Dude, you're speaking my language.
I'm going to stop because I don't want us to bond. I like where we're at right now.
Getting too
Do
messy.
you want me to read an email?
You
You have something to say.
No. I'm just thinking about, like, those days. And then I remember...
Yeah. I just don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, we could move on. But I also remember, Jamie, you might have something to look forward to because I remember when I was much older, than 16, 17.
Yeah.
Talking about my days of living with my mom. And my mom was like, yeah, there's nothing more uncomfortable than hearing your son having sex in the room next to you.
Stop listening, Mom.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think. Because, like, listen, when you're 16, 17, you're so crazy about as soon as a girl's like, yeah, you can fuck me, it's just... I mean, Cass wouldn't understand this, but it's really exciting.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you really are.
idea.
Like, it's just, that's all you want to do. Like, it's like, oh, you want to go to the museum? It's like, are you insane? Like, we could go in my bed and have sex. Like, why would I ever...
You would have sex with your mom home?
Oh, my God. Are
I've
you
never
kidding
done
me?
that. I lost it at 17, and then 18, I was out of the house, so I didn't, I never had that experience. I did suck boobs.
She asked me, but okay.
I did suck boobs.
That's a look.
Well, she's here for the looks.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just here for the reactions now.
Yeah.
That's my role.
Yeah, not only did I have sex with my mom home, I would have sex all day in my room with my mom home.
Whoa.
Like, it was just, we weren't even, like, it was like we'd go out, we'd both go out to pee, and then we'd come back, we'd have sex.
Hey,
and
Ma.
it was like,
When's dinner?
I would order, like, 4 orders of chicken fingers with barbecue
This is making me
sauce.
feel like I mean, I know that when I was younger, I wanted to be alone in my room with my boyfriend but that's going to be so awkward for me.
What do you do? Okay, you hear like,
No, don't even talk about it. My kids are too little. I can't.
But
No.
come on, fast forward, Jamie. You're an actress.
They'll figure something out.
You might need to know what it's like to fast forward in time.
Well, at this new house, they'll have a guest house.
They will.
Let's just, like, what can you do, right? You don't do anything, or are you the mom who's like, Junior?
I think it's just, there's a reason that, time allows you to kind of get there, because right now my children are so small. They're 7 and 2. So I can't picture them beyond anything but really young and innocent. So I think as they slowly grow older, I maybe will be more ready for this stage. But right now I am not.
With Bo's looks and his last name, he could be fucking by 9.
He's so cute.
He could be fucking by 9, James. Little Wayne, I think he was fucking at 9.
My gosh.
And look at him.
Yeah, he was fucking at 9. Okay,
Yeah.
Jamie, here's one other thing.
What?
This is different. It's not as bad. I know you're uncomfortable. I'm sorry. This is the price you pay to be friends with us. If you, let's say at 16, you found out that Bo was having sex with one of his teachers.
No.
What's the course
So
of action?
mad.
Let's say,
So mad.
okay,
Yeah.
ready? Hi, yes, Mrs. Lynn.
Yes.
Hey, Mrs. Dykstra. Yeah, we just found out. You're probably not gonna like this. Your husband's gonna love it, but you're not gonna like this. We just found out that Mrs. Cornerstein,
Cornerstein?
listen, it's improv. See,
I love it.
It's
I
supposed
love
to
it.
be yes and he's coming with the nose, Mr. Fucking Improv. Yeah, you really want him to put you on tape.
No, hey, no one said no. I just repeted it. I loved it. It was a great choice.
Yeah, your son's history teacher. They were found in the teacher's lounge. I don't know how to put this, but fornicating.
You would literally hear a dial tone and I would be driving there.
Like in a movie, when you don't really hear that, but you're so angry, you actually
I
hear
would
the
literally.
ding. Okay, you're driving there. What happens? You walk in. Bo's got the bad facial hair, like a 16-year-old.
I would throw him in my car. I would curse out the teacher and take legal action.
Okay, what do you say? All right,
Would you fight her?
No,
Mrs. Sigler, I'm so sorry. It was you understand. You're a woman. Sometimes we.
No, I don't understand. No, I don't want to
Sometimes
do
right when you get
this.
off your period and you're real fucking fired up.
Dude, I
No.
had a teacher who was like very attracted to, not me,
Yeah, definitely
but
not.
the cool kid in school. He like rode a motorcycle to school. Yeah, dude was super cool, and he was good looking, and he was dumb as rocks.
Oh, okay.
But we were in the same class, and so anytime like there would be an answer to a question, and she'd be like, "Well, Dylan, do you have an answer?" And he'd be like, "I don't know, France," and she'd be like, "No, the answer was 6." And she, but she'd be like, "But thanks for trying." And she would always be like, so like, "Oh, like he's so dumb," but like she was doing what Claire did when she met Dale on the first night,
Just
where
giddy.
just like, ooh,
Just anything
it's possible,
he said
dude.
was great.
It's possible, man. These girls out there, they be honey, and that's my catchphrase now.
Yeah, that's why your
They be honey.
that's why your subscriber numbers just keep going up, babe.
Yeah. I'm the only one that's going from like 3 million subscribers down to 1, and it's a race.
Really?
No, I mean it's like 2 something. It's like 2 something.
All right, come on, Jamie. So
Okay.
you're allowed to read an email now.
Okay.
Yeah,
you,
go
you
ahead.
get your, it's like
Gad.
the Pavlovian.
Hi, Rob, Jamie, and Cassim. Great podcast.
Thank
This
you.
is probably more directed to Rob and Cassim, but feel free to chime in as well, James.
I'll listen then.
I was wondering your thoughts on determining whether you are ready for commitment or not. I'm not even 30, and I love treating myself to nice stuff, and I still enjoy meeting new girls, but I wonder how commitment would be from time to time. If someone tells me what I can or cannot do, it's over. And if she continually talks while I try to watch sports, I don't know if I can do it. I also haven't been to Vegas yet, and I definitely can't go there in a relationship. I often think why I would want commitment when I can try to buy a nice watch or a car for myself. And then being in Jersey, most of the girls are bimbos anyway. I love that. Jamie is not only hot as fuck, but she
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
seems like she can hold a convo and be fun to talk to.
Yep.
That's not so much the case here. I guess it can be a good and a bad thing. The bachelor life seems like it'll always be exciting, but I guess I'd entertain the idea if someone worthy came along. Take care. Thanks, John.
Let me tell you something. The only thing better than a Tampa stripper is a Jersey bimbo.
Oh yeah?
Oh my god.
Tell John then.
What do you like
I-
about the Jersey bimbos?
I am more turned on by I dated this girl for a little bit who was very like classy and like tall and blonde and I remember we were talking one night and I'm always like honest and I was like, you're the opposite of my type. And I'm like, usually she's like trash. Instantly said that. She's like trash and I was like, yeah, kinda. Like I like not to be like, oh, Jersey trash, but like that, like Jersey Shore girl, like the brunette with like the blue eye and everything. I'm like, I'm
Blue-eyed brunette.
oof. Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a rare find.
I like brown eyes too, but when you got like just a girl from Jersey, because it's almost like
Girl from Jersey with blue eyes is Rob's kryptonite.
yeah.
that-
Well, here's the thing.
they make those?
Here's what I
Apparently.
don't like, right? Is like with this blonde girl, it was like if we were in like a crowded restaurant, she was like, I'm going to the bathroom or something. I kind of felt in my head like I kind of needed to watch out for her and make sure she was okay or like this or where like, listen, you're with a chick from Jersey. She's got it. Like
Yeah.
she's all right, like she'll make a dude feel like shit in like 2 seconds. That's kind of
That's
So you loved Sammy
askpajamapants@gmail.com
on the
if you're a
Jersey
Jersey
Shore.
bimbo.
no. Sammy, I was too
Sammy,
like
sweetheart.
yeah, she was. I don't like girls who are like super insecure, but they pretend to be
Right.
like, oh, I'm this tough badass.
Do you like
and then
JWoww?
really- No, she was too like fake. I don't like fake, like big fake boobs.
Oh.
Like that's not. I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, that's not my thing. I like natural.
Snooki?
Come on, Jamie. Oh, of course I like. It's like no, Snooki's. Come on, no way. Not Snooki. Snooki was like 4'7", sleeping in her fucking dirty slippers she'd wear on the street.
Season 1 of Jersey Shore just feels like such an innocent time. Like
But so not.
Things
But
were
the
better.
best.
Just things were so sweet back then.
Yeah, they didn't wash their hands the whole first season.
They did not wash their hands at all.
What a fucking that show for me was the best. I remember it
first
was like
season there's really been nothing else like that.
yeah, it was so
Even
good.
even them together on the reunion show a couple years ago, they can't capture that same.
Magic.
It was a time and a
No.
place. You know, when they got back together on the reunion, it was like Mike the Situation's like, yeah, I'm about to go to prison for tax evasion, and like everyone's got kids. It was never the sort of yeah, let's go to the beach and drink all day.
Yeah, let's get arrested.
Yeah, let's meet some juice box gorilla heads. I don't know what they call. I mean, it was.
Ronnie was still doing
Remember
that
they
stuff.
Dude,
worked-
Ronnie
they
is the
worked at
biggest
the-
fucking problem.
They worked at the
Still.
t-shirt store.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely.
That was
Dude,
their job.
Yeah.
You didn't show up today. Oh, dang.
Snooki was like funneling tall boys in the bathroom. I mean, just the best. It was the fucking best show. And here,
Wow.
let me tell you something.
Whoever casted that?
Can you imagine what
This-
that house smelled like in the morning?
Besides,
Remember the first night they would always cook like a big Italian meal, and then everything else was
he's
just
like,
cold pizza.
you're excluded from ravioli night.
Yeah.
That show is
the best.
acid reflux, the show.
Yeah.
All that pasta sauce and juice they were drinking, no way.
I eat one slice of pizza, I gain 7 pounds. They would come home after drinking all night, eat pizza, wake up with 6 packs. You're like, what? And then they're like, yeah, I'm 38. Like, you're like, what? Like, how is this happening? Okay, we got another.
Okay, well, this one is just referring back to the tipping. It's titled Tipping. I've heard the same thing, Kasim, actually, from an Uber driver, has heard about different races and tipping, but Jamie is also right. There are many factors at play. Name
Oh,
of health.
sure. Yeah. So this email takes no position at all. Okay. Got it.
Thanks, Gabby.
yeah.
Throw more like that in, please.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh, here's one, okay?
Oh, name withheld.
Yes.
Matt?
Hey, guys. My name is Mo, and I'm a huge fan of your Postacast. He misspelled podcast. I'm just being rude. And The Sopranos, of course.
No, wait. How did he spell it?
Postdcast. It's just a typo.
Fucking idiot.
See, this is what he does. This is why.
Fucking idiot.
This is why you'll never be on Disney, dude. Never.
Please forgive me, but I have to bring something up that might be controversial. Can Robert comment on
guess
this
it's me.
incident in 2001 when him and some friends allegedly robbed 2 Brazilian tourists? I find it hard to believe this because he seems like such a sweet and genuine fellow who would never do something like that, but it's on Wikipedia. Sorry if you've already covered this. I haven't seen every single one. Anyways, I still love my man's Robbie and the rest of the gang. P.S. When will you have Blanca on? We know. We've asked her. She's in New Zealand right now.
Now,
and
this is a
when she's
juicy
back, we're going
email.
to talk to her.
What
I
do you
don't
mean?
really know.
What do you mean? They had it coming. No.
No, you should talk to them.
Yeah, I think we did talk about it in like the first 10 episodes. I feel like we brought it up. But it was just one of those things where when you're 16 years old, growing up in New York City, you hang out in the park all night.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you hang out with people you don't know. It's like when you're at one of those, like I've been at a party where something bad happened and it's like Robert Eiler. And I'm like,
Right.
I didn't even know that shit happened. You
Right.
know, it's like this is on the other side of the party. You know, I knew something happened. There were times where we were assholes and kids would come through the park at night who, you know, when you're an asshole and you're 16 and you're like, what the fuck are you doing in my park? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and we'd get into arguments, sometimes fights, and that was normal. But we were hanging out with a kid who we had never really hung out with before. And something like that happened. And he said to the kid, like, empty your pockets, like, give me your wallets. And yeah, should I at 16 have probably been like, hey, that's not cool, but you know, you can't do that. Like, yeah, I can't be like, hey man, give him back his wallet. But what the real problem was, like, I would have been all right, but when the cops showed up, I was sitting there and I had a bowl that I always had on me, like a weed bowl, like a big bowl
Yeah.
too, like an idiot. And somebody said cops, and instead of fucking chucking it behind me, which I should have done, I put it in my pocket like an asshole, because in my head, I'm like, oh, the cops are just coming by, and they were stopping, and they actually had the kids in the back of the car, and they said that I didn't do anything, but I had fucking weed on me.
So they
and-
arrested you for that.
Well, they arrested me for just like the whole thing. There were only 4 of us that they took to the precinct. But here's what bothered me more than anything is like, listen, I get it. There were enough things that I did of just like being a jerk off when I was 16 in the park, of even just like throwing bottles all the time, like at walls. Like it's just such stupid shit all the time that you're doing that eventually it's like you're going to get in trouble for something, right? But what really bothered me was it's like when you're some sort of celebrity and you get arrested, the same phrase sells papers, which is, don't you know who I am? Like they say that, people say that. It could not have been more opposite of what happened with me. I gave them a fake name. I was like, yeah, here's my name. Like, here's my information. Because I thought that I was just going to get off or whatever. And then they were like, oh, you have to bring, somebody has to bring ID for you. And that's when I realized, I'm like, shit, I'm going to have to give these people my real name or whatever. And it was like, but in the front of the fucking pit.
Do you remember the name you gave him?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it because I still use it for certain things.
This guy says his name is Larry Credenza. You buying that?
But yeah, so then I called my grandfather. I'm like, you're going to have to come down here with my ID, hoping that he can get it somehow without waking my mom up. And then next thing you know, my mom's there crying and the whole thing, and just really terrible. But also it was like, you know, the article is just like, I think it was also the transition of like when I realized like, oh, I never want to be famous. Like, I don't want to do this anymore, you know? Because it was like, I guess Sopranos got big when I was 14 or something, 13, 14. Like, we started when we were 12, got big 13, 14. And I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, you go places and people want to take pictures of you. Like, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I was like, all right, kind of feeling it out. Like, it was like, and then as soon as this happened, it was like, I want nothing to do with this. I never want to do press. I never want to fucking talk to people, because in the fucking front of the paper was me in handcuffs on like the front of the fucking whatever, Post, Daily News. And then inside it was like Robert Eiler yelling, don't you know who I am, while getting arrested. They found a crack pipe on him, like all this crazy shit. And I'm like, this could not be further from the fucking truth. And it was just, you know, like
so far from the
fake
truth.
news, dude. That's where it started for you.
Yeah, and I was eventually gonna get you know, arrested at some point for something. Like, I remember there was something that one of my friends did that I can't even say because it was just so crazy.
Broke the front of a pizza store?
No. Much that was like, let's just say he lit something on fire.
Oh no.
And it was in the back of a.
It was a dog, wasn't it?
No. It was nothing alive. It was
oh my God.
somewhere that it's the fire like spilled out onto the FDR drive, and like they shut down the FDR drive. Like, it was this whole crazy thing. And when the cops came, they had no proof of who did it because there were like 30 of us like in the park. And this is also during the day. And our idiot idea was to leave the park, cross the bridge, and stand like by the water and watch everything unfold. And then the cops came and they were like, hey, like you clearly knew we did it. They put us in like the paddy wagons, drove us to this spot. Now my friend had weed on him, and we all knew it. And we're like, this is fucking, they're not going to bust us for this because they can't prove we did it. But he has weed on him. So now we get out of the paddy wagon and they search all of us, right? And we all know when they're searching him, we're just like, oh my God, they're just about to find. Like, they do the full-on thing. We're like, they're about to find. And they move on to the next guy. And we're like, where the fuck did. So now they ask us how old everybody is. Everyone says 15, even if we weren't, because if you say 15, they let you go. So we're like, oh, we're 15 years old. And we all, so they let everybody go. We all leave. And we turn around to my friend, and he's like, yo, we got to go back. And we're like, what? When he was getting out of the car, he threw the weed under the paddy wagon of the car, and he's like, we have to go back and get that weed. And we're like, yeah, but the fucking, like, the cops or whatever went back. It was sitting right there on the floor. We got it.
After they drove away?
Yep.
Whoa.
Picked up the weed, went, smoked blunts, and just laughed about.
Whoa.
Learned nothing.
I was going to say, lesson not learned.
Yeah, being pyros, you know? So there were so many, like.
Dude, the pyro phase is a very real thing with boys. Very real.
Also, what's the fucking like wrestling thing? Like,
what's the wrestling thing?
All Bo wants to do when he sees another little boy is throw him to the ground, and they just wrestle each other, and it drives me crazy.
That's all Cassim wants to
It's
see.
a great way to get those urges out.
That's all Cassim wants to do when he sees a little boy too.
Is this normal? Can you please tell me?
Dude, everyone wrestles, man.
Oh,
everyone,
my God.
every
It's so
kid
annoying.
wrestles, dude. We're gonna start pulling the mattresses out from the rooms pretty soon. They're gonna be jumping off.
It's so annoying.
You know, the coffee table on each other. I mean, it's a whole thing. People are gonna get hurt. They're gonna break bones. Okay, it's all in the name of sport.
Cassim's wrestling with his sexuality to this day.
Every day, just get back in there.
So it's normal.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't like it.
So is that one?
Yeah, because you know what? You know how we know an hour's up? When Jamie's got to pee.
I didn't
is
feel
it
it this time.
pee-pee?
I feel it other times.
I
time for
just sat
pee-pee?
back. I was like, okay. Now.
Hey, look, thanks for watching, and know that you can find us on Instagram. We just passed 8,000 subscribers. We're on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube right now, click the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when episodes come. There goes a hand sanitizer. And we just we have a subreddit, r/Pajama Pants Podcast. So check that out. Help that community grow. Some very cool people started that, and it's still going strong.
Still going?
Still going.
Good.
You know, they find a way to talk shit about us every week. I don't know. They're all nice. They're all great people. And yeah, that's it.